What's up, family? How doest thou? How goest thou? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing on a Friday? Good afternoon, mommy. Can you hear us now? I hope she can hear us. Good afternoon to you. Chase and Brian, how you doing? Can you see the chats, man?
Let me see.
Sister Elizabeth Williams, how are you doing?
I can see the chats now. I gotta make sure I have it pulled up on my side.
You got a pull-up chat on your side.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I get it on my side.
Hey.
I don't know what it is about you and trap beats.
Nah. Down. Hey. Hey. Hey.
What's up, family? How y'all doing? What's up, fam? This Pastor Trey.
I hope y'all are having. Mama, you making tacos? Don't be showing out when you far away. I hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday. Hope everything's going in your favor, working in your favor. Stranger, no chaser. Doing well, Sister Williams. Doing well. I hope and pray that your day has been special. Your Friday has been good. Sister Brenda Collins, how are you? How art thou? We're going to start talking the King James Version. How doest thou? Doest thou well?
You ready? Montgomery's Inspiration Station, Praise 96.5 FM, WMGY. We're now 9 minutes past the 3 o'clock hour. It's 3:09 here in the capital city, hanging with yours truly, Crown Prince, Pastor Trey.
Pastor Lee B.
This is.
You say that.
Dang it, man. It's been a long week. I'm about to go off on you too.
That's your
This
job.
is straight church.
No chaser.
I'll just test it to make sure you knew though. It was a test. It was a pop quiz.
It's only a test. To
Well, this is an opportunity to keep things real, relevant, and
righteous. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. I don't know what that means.
Man, don't you be saying nothing. You guys skipped out the air talking crazy.
I'm about to say, I don't know what that means.
Don't say that.
Let me be quiet.
Yeah, somebody knocking up. I heard what you said. Hey, you're my friend.
Lord.
You're my friend.
Hey, Holmes. Hey, Holmes.
Man, so how was your week, man? How was your week been?
It's been fantabulous, man. I'm on a mile high trek. I think is what they say, a mile high trek to my birthday. My birthday is Sunday. So
Wow,
I got a
man.
few more steps.
Happy early birthday.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. God he'd been good to me.
You getting teary-eyed?
He's been good to me. He's been so good to me.
Why you got to sound like that though?
Doc, you know, you get in the midst of your cry, you still trying to talk.
Had that little frog in
So my children do it all the time. Be like,
as Jamie Foxx would say, you know, you get that feeling.
that little frog in your throat. Woo! That thing hit me too while I was playing. I got tears streaming down my eye. He been good.
I see it.
Doc, so how was your week?
Come on, let's continue to talk about this trek that you're on.
Nah, man, I'm about to turn the big 3-5, bro.
Wow.
The big 3-5, Doc.
Man,
Yeah.
35.
Yeah, man. I'm getting old in this thing, man.
Little league turning to big league.
Yeah, well, mid-league. I'm mid-league now. Yeah. They told me when I turned 30, man, you better lose all your weight now because it's gonna start getting harder. And they were telling the truth.
Really?
So I'm working out now. Maybe I'll lose 20 pounds before Sunday.
Well, I'm glad you told me because I turned 30 this year.
Oh, well, you don't weigh nothing.
Hey, don't lie. Don't lie, man.
Now
Hey,
you got
it's
some. Now
weight
you got
over
some
here.
happy weight.
It's some weight over
You
here.
got some happy
Yeah,
weight.
it's coming in.
That you got married and you
It's coming in.
start packing them on a little
It's
bit.
coming in. Jaws getting a little pudgy.
Chunky, right?
Yeah. But it's all good, man.
Absolutely.
My week's been pretty good. Week's been good.
Dennis said it means the cockroach. La cucaracha. La cucaracha. That sound like that's what it means too, though, right? But why did they sing that? What I don't even know where I got that from. I'm gonna be quiet.
Uh-oh.
All right, go ahead, man. So how was your weekend?
Week's been good, bro. Can't complain.
No complaints.
Week's been good, man. We had our barbecue today. Special shouts out, thanks to everyone who supported the barbecue at Restoration.
Absolutely.
We
Food is amazing.
appreciate it, man. Got some of the best cooks in the land
Yeah, man.
over there. And jump started Faith It Fridays this morning.
I saw, man. How did it go? How did it go for you? Because some people don't understand the struggle of teaching and nobody being there.
Yeah, that is very true.
You gotta create your own energy.
Yeah. You be wanting to hear an amen or that's right. But when you are a teacher, though, oftentimes when you're teaching, you're gauging whether or not the people are receiving what it is that you're saying. So sometimes, depending upon how they're responding or maybe not so responding, you tend to stay on the point a little bit longer because you want them to get it, so to speak. And so oftentimes, especially when you're used to your congregation and you pretty much know the looks that they give when they understand it, as opposed to the looks that they give when they like, I'm not really too, I don't know about that one, Pastor. So you kind of have to unpack it a little bit more.
Almost.
But it was pretty good, man. For me, the biggest challenge was get up early enough.
Oh Lord! So what time do you normally get up?
The Lord is faithful, man.
What time do you normally get up?
I think the better question is what time I go to sleep.
Oh, well,
because being in school, having to stay up writing papers. So
I
it's what time do I go to sleep?
No, I totally understand. Been there,
yeah, man.
Been there before. Like, well, matter of fact, let me say this: I still don't go to sleep as early as I should. But
yeah.
I legitimately, I started stretching when we fasted for the first time, in 2020. And challenge myself to get up at 7 o'clock or get up for 7 o'clock every morning.
Okay.
And so now it's like clockwork. I can.
So you have Friday Fulfillment at 7?
7 o'clock in the morning, Doc.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
God is merciful. That's all I can say.
Now, how often do you go back to sleep after you finish teaching?
Well, Friday's the day that I'm supposed to get my hair cut anyway. So
okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not supposed to, but at least 2 to 3 times a month. I might have to get me a short 15-minute, just lay, not asleep, but a lay there.
You gotta lay there.
Lay theirs are amazing. Somebody know what I'm talking about. You wake up from sleep, but you still got that 15-minute lay there.
Just chilling. Just chilling.
Oh, the lay there is where it's at, bro.
Yeah, man. It'll bless your life too, man.
Yeah, man.
So, like you get new energy.
Nah, it's like
new strength.
It's like while you're laying there doing nothing, your mind is stretching.
That's how you gonna fix it.
That sounds like laziness, don't it?
That's how you gonna fix it.
But that's what it feels like. It feels amazing.
What if one of your kids told you that? While I was laying here, my mind was just stretching me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them their layover is over.
So they go from a lay there to a layover.
Because if you lay there too long, then it becomes a layover. Man, dude. Don't get me to just run in my mouth.
Yeah, man. So this is summertime, right? Summer series.
Summer series.
What you working on?
We are working on Under Pressure, man. Pretty good conversation as you look at Daniel. and we're walking through Daniel, Daniel chapter 1, Daniel chapter 2, 3. We're gonna walk one every
Okay.
Sunday. And so Daniel was a man who was held in captivity,
Mhm.
but he was still able to flourish. And so it's kind of picturesque of how we are in this society that is more godless,
Mm.
and God still looks for us to be godly.
Wow.
So the question is raised: how do you stay faithful to God in a society that has no faith in God?
Man,
You know, and so we're having fun,
That's
just speaking
major.
into that.
yeah, that's major.
Yeah,
That's
man.
major. That's
Yeah.
major.
Now, where you at?
We're walking through Exodus. Interestingly enough,
This is my Exodus.
we're walking through Exodus,
Uh-huh.
and last Sunday we looked at assistance from an adversary.
I love it.
And we just really examined the dynamic between Moses' mother
Uh-huh.
and the daughter of Pharaoh, and how oftentimes God will use your enemies and or your adversaries to take care of you
Wow.
and to do for them
Won't
what
he do
they
it?
can't do for themselves.
Won't
and
he
God
do
will
it?
use them to fund you so that you can get it done and handle it properly.
And I know you shouted while you taught that lesson.
Man, bro, it was just an amazing time.
Willie, won't he do it?
Just
All
an amazing
right.
time. To consider the fact, man, when you think about and one thing that I was sharing with restoration is that you have to be careful when you talk about who you don't like and who you can't stand, who you don't want to be around, how this person gets on your nerves. You got to be very careful because God could very well use your foes to fund your vision. He can use your enemies, man, to elevate you to higher heights. So you just really have to be careful
Absolutely.
who you talk about and who you say you can't stand, because that could be the very person that God will use to bless you. And you could block your own blessing by trying to distance yourself from people just because you may not agree with them, or you may not. They may get on your nerves, have whatever. But at the end of the day, man,
I love that.
God will use your enemies to bless you.
He will, man. And I love that. That's good. That's good conversation.
It is.
And it's interesting that the Holy Spirit led both of us to texts where his people were in captivity.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I think that I pray that someone's being blessed by those conversations, because
Absolutely.
We are in a world dealing with people who seem to desire for us to lower the standard and stay in a space that we ought not be in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If they could, they probably get us captive.
But I do think the interesting thing is that oftentimes when we fall out with people, we're so quick to cut them off, right? And especially when you think about relationally, that sometimes just because we didn't work in this area doesn't mean that we still can't work together in another area.
Yeah.
And how many relationships, business relationships, partnerships, so on and so forth, have dissolved simply because the two just couldn't reconcile it. They allowed whatever the issue is to keep them from moving forward to get the job done. So I think it's a beautiful thing, man, when people can reconcile and or rather have a disagreement, reconcile, and still be able to work together to get the job done.
It matters. It matters. We are excited because there's some great things happening in the city of Montgomery today.
Absolutely, especially tonight.
Man, shout out.
Major shouts out to Dr. Diana Gray and all of those who are working with her tonight. The Kurt Carr concert.
Kurt Carr concerts tonight.
Culminating tonight at True Divine. I believe it's at 7. Is it at 7? I think it's at 7.
It looks to be at 7.
I think it's at 7.
Let me look. We want to say this right.
Yeah.
We want to say this right because Kurt Carr is on the way. And somebody said, well, who is Kurt Carr? You remember, we lift our hands in the sanctuary. We lift our God blocked it. He wouldn't let it be so for every mountain. You brought me over.
Do you have to sing the songs like that?
I need another song. Give me one more.
Do you have to sing the songs like that?
Doc, look, all his songs they too high for me to sing nowadays. I can't look. What you little tip? He made one lately. What was it? I've been blessed to bless somebody.
Blessings
else.
After blessings.
Bless
and
somebody.
then you forgot. I Almost Let Go.
I almost let go. Everybody alto was trying to sing that song. I felt like Jack couldn't take life anymore. My problem had me bound. Everyone that it was a praise dancer. They would praise God. They was on that thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it. I'm still looking for it. And I had the actual flyer. Okay, it starts at 6:30. It's today
6:30.
at 6:30. True Divine Baptist Church. If I was you, I would get there early.
Absolutely.
The choir has been rehearsing all week long, and they've been ready in their hearts. I heard they had an extravaganza. They wore all white. I mean, they brought Pentecost back. Brought it back around, dog. They wore all white. Man, I heard they had an amazing time.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited. I'm excited about just the reality that people are realizing that investing in your choirs and your music ministry, it matters. It matters.
It's just good to see choirs making a comeback anyway.
Oh yeah, doc.
You know, that it's just a blessing to see choirs coming back.
Yeah.
And it's not a knock against praise teams or, you know, that whole, you know, ministry. It's just good to see choirs coming back, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just, you know, it reminds me of my youth, man, my adolescence. Me and my mom, and occasionally my sisters would be there.
Mm-hmm.
We legitimately, man, would be at multiple workshops.
Got you.
I'm talking about. I remember going to Weeping Willow, then going to Bethel, then going over here and going over there. And bro, it was nothing like that opportunity to be around so many other co-laborers in the music departments in the city of Montgomery.
Yeah.
We definitely say shout out to everybody on Facebook. We see y'all. We see y'all talking and commenting. Shout out to each of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a blessing to do that because you had the opportunity to collaborate. One of the things that plagues the church now is competition.
Wow.
And it's because we're so much. We become so individualistic, rather, that we become those who do stuff in our own corner, and we never come together.
Yeah,
you know, you don't see sister churches anymore. You don't see a lot of that type of lingo, and you barely see a lot of fellowship.
That's true. That's true.
And that's where we really become better. So it's good to see people coming back together and, you know, co-mingling, smiling.
Absolutely.
And, you know, doing things together. I love it.
Yeah. So major shouts out again to Dr. Gray and Prince Yelder and Rayshawn Walker.
Shouts out.
And all of those who are working to assist them. It's going to be an amazing. And special shouts out to Miss QB Ray. Hey,
you see her, don't you?
Auntie QB. Got to send her a very, very special shout out. Listen, we have to get these commercial breaks through. Then we have a very special guest who's going to be joining us in a few. And I'm telling you, definitely don't want to miss.
Don't miss it.
The dialogue that we have coming up. But we do. Hey, man. Hey,
okay,
hey,
all right.
Just hold down.
Hey, man, pray God. Pray God.
Listen, I do want to take this opportunity to shout out our sponsors.
Shouts out.
I have to send a very, very special shout out to the Wellness Coalition.
Woo!
Working together to improve health and access for all. It is the Wellness Coalition. And we also have to shout out the Loving Teddy Bear Foundation.
Loving Teddy Bear.
Founded by our big sis, Miss Tarisha Marlowe, and Mama Sonia Mills McCall. The focus of the mental health, focus of the Loving Teddy Bear Foundation is mental health awareness with a concentration on suicide prevention. This foundation, 8 o'clock is catching up with me. But this foundation is a tribute to the life and memory of Brother Colin Connor. To learn more about his story and the Loving Teddy Bear Foundation, head over to lovingteddybear.com. That's lovingteddybear.com. And if you would like to make a donation to this amazing foundation to further their cause and to further their research on being able to prevent suicide, make sure you give a donation today. The way that you can do it is via their Cash App. Their hashtag is $Loving TB Foundation. That's Loving TB Foundation. Or you can go to their website. Again, it's lovingteddybear.com.
Woo!
All right, listen. So we do have to step aside and let these commercials roll through, and we'll be back with our very, very special guest. If you want to know who it is, you have to keep listening.
Keep listening, keep watching. Come on Facebook. Talk to me.
Listen, y'all keep it locked.
Fam, so how y'all doing? I'm trying to figure out. Y'all know what the question is. Who is cooking? Man, I was sent this video.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it. One of our followers sent this video.
Uh-oh.
My brother Dennis DeLoach. Doc. Some of the things nobody did though. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can get it to play. That's old school, that Doc.
That is old school.
Me and the devil. I hate the devil. And he hates me. Oh, yeah. Now I want to see who's seen this. Oh, Lord. Look at them. My mama said taco salad is ready. Let me start at the top. Good evening to everybody. All right, we're going to start there. Good evening to you, Sister Nanette Dove. Minister Nanette Dove, how you doing? Dennis, shouts out, my boy. Sister Deborah Starks, how you doing? We need to shout out Sister Deborah Starks. Shout out to Sister Nene Jackson. I ain't see her name on here yet. Shout out to her as well. Just saw her at Back at Home.
Mm-hmm.
Or Back Home. Back home. I'm about to say at home. Seems weird. Back home dining with its owner, Bishop KK Middleton. Got to eat over there. That chicken is good too. Good Lord. Fish is good too, man. And I'm just excited about his vision. You love Old Testament. Dennis, I love Old Testament too. Dr. Gray, how you doing? Nathan Austin, what up, bro? Yeah, Mama, I know you wish you could have been here. Sister Peacock, how you doing? Taco salad ready. You didn't get no weight on your plate earlier today. I sure did. I sure did. It's a whole bunch of weight. Look, I was sitting there smiling because I saw the hot sauce in the container. I said, "Oh, Jesus!"
You spoke in tongues and everything.
That thing out, huh?
You spoke in tongues and everything. I ain't never heard you spoke.
Look at it. He's so weak.
No, I ain't never seen you do that.
Sister Cuban said Pierce is country cooking her food. Sister Capucine said Texas Roadhouse cooking. Have y'all ever heard that song? Me and the devil had a tussle, but I won. Me and the devil had a tussle, but I won. I forget what she said. I think she said, the devil in me. Well, I hate the devil, and he hate me. That's the way I believe she said. It ought to be. Me and the devil had a tussle, but I won. Somebody know that song. Y'all just being quiet. I'm gonna run the Facebook and see y'all put hearts on the screen. Because some of y'all have sung that song before. I had never heard that song before, but I tell you this, it is a good one. Trey, you gonna sing that next time you go out?
No. But I think you're gonna include it.
You better know. I'll find a way.
I think you're gonna include it. Right after you say he'll rock you to sleep late at night.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And then you come back. You want to slow it down.
Have
an altar call.
Man.
You just bust out with it.
Man.
We have come too far got to turn around.
So I
We can't
legit,
give up now. The war is still going
I'm
on.
excited about what City Montgomery's doing concerning just the music space,
Yeah.
and how we're growing, and they're actually allowing so many people to come to this state, and just the reality that a lot of people are wanting to even come to Montgomery now.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. I think we have to make sure that we support as much as possible.
Make it worth them coming.
Yeah, because if artists come into town and they come to a packed house, they're gonna want to come back. They're gonna want to come back to the town. So we really have to celebrate and support these artists when they come.
And represent, man.
Absolute. Y'all quiet in here because there's more y'all that's eating tonight. Didn't tell me where the food coming from. So, man, how's things going? Lady Altania dropped the track.
Yeah, man.
How things going, man?
Going good. She's had some stations in other cities and other states to pick the song up and go to their rotation. She's trending in a different market, so that's a blessing.
That's dope.
And she just had some doors opening up for us. So.
I like it.
So I'm proud of her, man.
Push her through, Rem. Push her through.
I'm proud of her.
Travail.
Man, you stupid.
But as we're talking about welcome to the city, and we also got to say welcome to the water park, right? We got to say welcome to the water park.
No.
So a lot of people got a whole bunch of comments about it, but I let my trust reside in those who are over us. I believe holistically that they know what they're doing, and they're trying to bring in a different market. A lot of folks are looking for Six Flags, but they never said they were building a Six Flags.
Right.
So it's like we're juxtaposing stuff that we ought not even be putting. Why are we comparing these types of things? Like it's grapes and bananas. It won't look the same.
Totally different thing.
They said this was to bring revenue. Y'all looking for recreation. You got it wrong. I'm sorry. But you know, it's one of the things. Everyone's entitled
to check out, though.
Everyone's entitled to their opinions. I think the reality is ultimately that your vantage point beneath is always different than your vantage point above.
That's true.
So when you're not in leadership, you don't always understand.
Yeah.
You don't always understand. But I will say this: I'm going white water rafting. Yeah, I want to do it. I just want to do it.
You gonna do it, man?
Throw me around in the water. It sounds like fun to me. I remember the one they used to have in Six Flags. It used to be dope.
It's a perfect time to go though.
Yeah, splash me. Look, be in the water, flip me over. It's so hot out here. Flip me over.
So, do y'all have travel plans this summer?
This summer, I think personally, not really, but really, wanting to do some things, but it's all contingent upon time. You know, it's unfortunate, and now I see what it was like for our parents. You know, when the kids are out and you still have to go to work.
Yep.
You know, you still gotta pay the bills.
They got obligations.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And so, and then the summer's gone so fast. It's gone so fast. It just doesn't, it's not always enough time to do what you want to do. Mama said Shreveport. I look, Mom, I'm gonna pray about it because and then we're still at the cusp of the pandemic opening up. So, man, like my schedule is crazy. And not just always preaching, but doing something ministry related.
Absolutely.
Like, man, every week is 2-3 things.
And then it's amazing how other doors are opening.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it just kind of, to me, it kind of harkens back to along the lines of what Bishop Jakes was talking about at ILS a few weeks ago, about I'm a whole person, so there are parts and dimensions of me. And preaching is what I do, but it's not all that I am. Right. You know, there are other things that I do.
I'm talented. I'm gifted.
Exactly. So I won't box myself in.
Boxes are for packages, not people.
And so it's amazing how when you tap into the creative side of you, and then the other areas that God has made, how God will allow other doors to open for you.
Absolutely.
And then at that point, it's really just up to you to just walk therein. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gray. I had fun. Now, I was waiting for y'all to give me the nudge and gonna tell me to preach. I would have hollered one time. But we had some fun. We had some fun this week at the workshop. It was so nostalgic for me to be at the workshop, bro. Like I was saying, like, man, me and my mom used to do that stuff.
The mom's a choir master.
Yeah, man, go in and you registering and you get your lanyard or you get your little wristband and you get your sheet music, dog. We used to live for that, man. Taking the sheet music back to the church, like, we singing this Sunday. We singing this Sunday, right? Cause I talked to the guy who wrote it. You know what I'm saying? That type, man, it brought back so many. Yeah, man, and I saw different generations. You know what I mean? Like that stuff is beautiful in the life of the church. You see all these different generations that are singing in the choir. The opportunity for genders to work together while in the choir, and all of us knowing that what we're doing collectively is bigger than one person.
That's true.
I don't care who sings the solo.
That's true.
What the tenor section sound like, what the choir sound like, you know, and it's always inspiring for those who come from bigger churches or smaller churches.
Yeah.
When they start seeing that there's so much talent in this city, man, it's amazing. So I hope and pray that Dr. Gray and her team continue to do things of this sort.
Absolutely.
I do know at New Home we have one coming up towards the end of the month. Our clinician Joe Pace will be here. So that's Kurt Carr and Joe Pace. Then you turn around, right? Them heavy hitters coming to the city. Then you turn around and you got Dr. Diana Gray doing one for New Hope, I believe, with Daniel Barlow in July. So I think it's major that it's like it's a movement. You know what I mean? It's flowing, and all of our eyes, our ears, our hearts are being open to the reality of what I've always seen music ministry to be. One of the biggest flourishing ministries in every church that gives the opportunity for so many people to serve, so many people to be disciplined spiritually, so many people to be just volunteers and
just
so,
active.
It matters, man.
Just active, man.
Yeah, it matters, man.
So is the workshop with Joe Pace, is that in-house or?
No, it's gonna be in and out.
Okay.
So ultimately, you know, the entire design of it, naturally is for when a church does it, it's for that church. But it's open to anybody. I think registration is like $15.
Okay.
So anybody that wants to come sign up, you come sign up, be a part of the choir, the workshop choir, and just be blessed, man. I'd love for it to overflow. I'd love for every workshop to overflow with people.
Absolutely.
So much so that we'll have to just naturally come together and get the Impact Theater, or come together and get the biggest house of worship we can.
Citywide worship service.
I'm with it, bro.
Citywide workshop.
I'm with it, man. Like, there's nothing to me like the music ministry, bro. I was so amazed a few Sundays back when two of the young men, I'm talking 12 through 15, started singing in the mass choir. Front row in the tenor section. I'm like, look at me. Because that was me, bro. Like, that was me.
Yeah, but you make it seem like you was forced to get up there because you kept looking up at the drone.
I was forced to get up there initially, right?
Okay.
Because my mom was nurturing something in me that I didn't even care anything about.
But your eyes was on the drone.
Yeah, but afterwards, it was like, have you heard me sing? Like, I mean, because it was the workshops that exposed me to more.
Yeah.
And so when I get into a section and I'm with older guys, you know, maybe 5 years older than me, and guys that are almost 20 years older than me, and I'm a little boy and I'm holding down the section. Oh, bro, I knew where my place was. Like, I found my identity there. And that's what music does for people.
Yeah.
It shows you who you are. It shows you your level of creativity, artistry, musicianship, all those types of things. Absolutely. You know, come out, and then I knew it was music for me, Doc. Music for me. But yeah, man, I'm excited about it. Shouts out to everyone who's coming in. We would love for you to like, to love, or even run over to our YouTube and subscribe. Matter of fact, like and follow Praise 96.5 right there on Facebook. Don't be afraid. You can speak to us when you come in. We ain't gonna bite. We not gonna bite. My mama, you sure is right, mama. And that was my first experience. I was working the mail course.
Mhm.
I used to be over the mail course when I was younger.
Mhm.
I had to deal with older people telling me, I don't want to sing that. And I had to deal with those types of things. And then people wonder why I'm capable of handling pastoring now. Is because I've done ministry all my life. I've dealt with people who are older than me and think they know more than me, but they're not even, you don't even have the credentials. You know, I've been in those spaces where legitimately you don't want to do it just because you didn't say it. Like it's all about control. And so those being in those environments and God allowing all those things to nurture me in the music ministry is what got me to where I was. You know what I mean? Folk be like, man, how can you preach if there's nobody in the room? How can you preach if nobody's moving while you're preaching? Doc, you know how many songs the choir sing? And folk don't move because they don't like the song. And I learned. My mama taught me. My mama also passed down a book to me, and mama, I'm gonna get that book signed when Joe Pace comes. Performance Turned to Praise, I believe is what it was called, by Joe Pace, Dr. Joe Pace. And it talked about how all of your worship is to him, not for them. They're just capable to watch you worship. And when I started learning that, I ain't care if nobody ain't moved. I ain't care if nobody ain't clap. I didn't care if ain't nobody jump up and say you did a good job. Doc, I'd be up in the music ministry in the box and I do what I needed to do. Legitimately. I remember towards the end of me being the MD, bro, man, you know them old school pastors, they're legit. You be singing and they still be thinking about what the Lord got for them to say. And they ain't ready to get up yet. Ain't no nod, ain't no nothing. They just stay seated. It's like, bro, be singing for 7 minutes straight. Be then went from one song to the next song to the next song to the next song.
Trying to buy him time,
bro, and ain't worried about it because I done went full in. By the time he stand up, he got to tell me to stop.
You done tapped in now.
I'm crying, like my granny used to say. I'm crying, my keyboard wet. Doc, I done went in all by myself. I ain't studying nobody. You do what you want to do, Doc. I'm telling you, God gonna get his from me. And I'm the same way now, Doc. Boy, be boo-hooing in church.
That's something how that translates and then correlates to your pastor now.
Doc, I think that's why I caution people who are looking towards higher places in ministry, but have not worked in the lower places of ministry.
Wow.
Like I caution people because it's like, bruh, there's some stick-to-itness that you get from being in different volunteer spaces that you'll never have if you don't get it in those volunteer spaces. Exactly. You know, it
makes all the difference.
It makes a difference. Good evening, Frankie Smith. Good evening, Aaliyah Palmer. We pray y'all are doing well. Yeah, man. I even remember the workshops with Dr. Gray, man. I talk about that often. My mom, I know my mom remember because we used to go around the house trying to get solos right. All the Lord wants is the praises of his people. Yeah, man.
So how would you describe your mom's disciplinary style with you in relation to music?
Woo! Woo! Mama, he said, how would I explain your disciplinary style when it came to music? She was no. My mama, I remember she threw them books at me that one time I wasn't singing. She said, "Oh boy, oh man."
Did you get shoes thrown at you?
I got a hymn book thrown at me one time, bro. Standing in the back talking. And my mom knew what it was because I was a very mature vocalist very early because of exposure.
Yeah.
I didn't have the patience. Once I learned my note, it's like, man, what y'all doing? You need to get it together, right? Like, why it taking y'all so long?
Yeah.
You know, don't let her give section awards for the youth choir. And my section, I get it. Oh, I know everything y'all did wrong. So you didn't deserve that. Altos, you were flat 2 times last Sunday. Like, that wasn't right. My mom be on me like white on rice. Shut up. I remember some services because I was very mature when it came to music. I remember some services.
You can't be hating on the alto section because your group didn't get it.
No, I used to be altos need altoids. Sopranos flat. Y'all flat. I'd be a bit flat like a pancake. Hit your note. Raise your eyebrows. But I distinctly remember one time we were at a church and you know my pops finna get ready to preach and my mom calls out the song because she was one of them type of choir directors. That's why I'm kind of like that. Like we practice songs to perfect songs, but whatever the spirit need, that's what the spirit finna get, right? My mom called out the song and I said,
What happened?
She went ham on me, bro. Mama went ham on me, bro. Woo! Altoids. Absolutely.
Go take it.
My mama said I'm better of it. I'm better because of it. Yes, ma'am, I am. Yes, ma'am.
That's what she said.
Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say, mommy. I probably got worse because of it. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. She's a Radiohead said, all right now. Oh Lord. Is you ready or is you ain't? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So these on. Oh, you got that one.
You want to try that? Try it.
Woo! Sister Cuba said she ready. Cherry Durham, yeah, it's my mama. That's excellence. It's my mama. She did it. You good? Oh, got an outfit in the building. I'm starting to sweat.
You what?
It ain't ice cold. I'm starting to sweat. Woo!
Montgomery's Inspiration Station, Praise 96.5 FM, WMGY.
Woo, 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 woo.
It's 3:50 right here in the capital city. Hanging with yours truly, the Crown Prince, Pastor Trey.
And Pastor Lee B.
This is Straight Church.
No chaser.
Well, you already know we keep things real,
Uh-huh.
relevant,
Yeah.
and
Righteous.
yeah. So we're back.
Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Okay.
I need the saints to pray. I need the saints to pray.
Hey man, it's about to get good. I got a feeling.
Uh-huh.
I got a feeling, children. I got a feeling.
What you feel?
It's about to get real good. Good God Almighty.
This is very interesting.
Doc, nah, man, I'm excited, man. I think we don't do this type of stuff enough in the city of Montgomery. And this is a crazy, great opportunity for us to get to know one of God's chosen vessels, man. He's a blessing. He's always been a blessing. He's always been one of God's greatest preachers. But now he's in the great city.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He in the great city of Montgomery, Alabama. Man, and we're so excited. We're so excited to have this brother in the city. You know, we often talk about our youth in pastoring and as preachers, but this man, you probably wouldn't even know it, but he's younger than me. Just slightly, I think, a few years. He's younger than me, so I guess now I can say I ain't a young pastor no more.
Really?
I can say I'm a mid pastor. I ain't a baby pastor. I'm a toddler.
You making up stuff now.
I'm a toddler pastor.
You making in the eyes of some, you're still a young preacher.
But I don't care.
You're still a young pastor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. whatever, you know, whatever floats your
You've been
boat.
scratching and clawing and pulling
Just
to
saying.
get off of that level.
I'm just saying, I don't want to preach youth days, okay? I'm playing. We're gonna do what the Lord says do. That's what we're gonna do.
Has it been more challenging for you trying to
Preach a youth day?
youth days now?
I haven't preached a youth day in a while, but every little moment somebody be like, "Hey, I want you to preach something for the youth," and it's like, "Oh, I got you."
No.
But it takes a dialing back. Like people don't really understand
Like, oh,
that we are, you know, blessed not only to converse about scripture, but to be able to convey those sentiments to different generations, and even sometimes different genders. It might be, you know, something that's a variable on our take of the text. And so it does take a little dialing back. It's a little different sometimes. Yeah, definitely.
interesting.
But back to what I was saying. This young man.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm finna change his name. I gotta change his name. He put his name here. I gotta change it. Pastor K. All right, he made it. I had to add something to his name for y'all get to see him. I want y'all, if you're on Facebook, throw some hearts on the screen. If you're in Radio Land, I need you to just do the we need some crowd applause. You ready?
Yeah.
We have the pastor of the Hutchinson Baptist Church in the house today, Pastor Cam, the Reverend Doctor. Him is here. Speak to him, Cam.
Lee, you are crazy. No, this is crazy. This is great. Appreciate y'all having me on the day.
Absolutely.
See, he's an alpha man. He's so serious. No, man. I'm so happy to have my brother here. He's a monster in the gospel. And we're excited, man. You are at one of the historical churches of the city of Montgomery, Alabama. And I'm hearing you're off to a great start. I think this was your first Sunday.
Yeah, this past week was our first Sunday, and jumped right in. Vacation Bible School this week.
Wow.
We've been having a great time on Elk Grove Street.
Awesome.
It's been a great week.
I'm loving it, man. So Vacation Bible School is going on now. Are y'all doing it in the evenings?
Yeah, we're doing it in the evenings tonight. We'll culminate starting at 5:30 to 8 o'clock, and so we're looking forward to a great time together this week.
Awesome.
It's been great.
Awesome. How was it? Because this is not your first pastorate. Just tell us a little something about you.
Okay, sure. No, first let me say this. Thanks to both of you.
Absolutely.
For giving us this opportunity, space, and invitation. I'm from a small town called Goodwater, Alabama.
Goodwater, Alabama.
Good and the water. Is
Wow.
that where cooling water come from?
No.
We're gonna mute your mic. We're gonna mute. Hold on, where that buzzer at? And
But no, man. Started preaching at 14 years old.
Wow.
And man, some people start working at Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, American Deli. Man, my first job was at a church,
Wow.
Galilee Missionary Baptist Church in Gaston, Alabama. So we were commuting back and forth from
wow.
Goodwater to Gaston. It was crazy, man. After that, served a tenure at a church in Lincoln, Alabama, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church. And then from there, got called to Mount Zion Baptist Church in Cropwell, Alabama, which is, for those who don't know, right outside of Pale City.
Mm.
And yeah, man, this past March received the call to come down to the capital city, man, and it's been mind blowing.
The great big city
Ah,
of Montgomery.
ah. Oh, you gonna like it here, Reverend. You
No,
gonna-
Tara and I love it already. So we're really, really grateful for how God has led us here, this place and point in our life. Really, just grateful, mind are blown,
Man.
being able to see really how God is able to do exceedingly
Yes, sir.
above, above that which we can actually think or imagine.
Absolutely.
So, man, it's the right time,
Absolutely.
and we're with the right people.
I love it.
Man.
I love it. So
That's something though.
so HMBC, as they call it,
Yeah, that's what they say.
is on the move with a new pastor. Talk to us now. I'm going to go reverse.
Okay.
Talk to me about this calling at the age of 14.
Okay.
I want to talk. I want to hear about this.
Well, I joke about it now, but I say, I had to be crazy. My pastor had to be crazy because he really took a gamble on me.
Right.
In saying, how is it that that you were called at 14, this kind of thing. But I was baptized at 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was baptized at 2.5, and really just have always had a burning desire to communicate God's truth, but also to be able to be in a space in which preaching was just everything. I grew up in my pastor's study.
Mm.
Wow.
I mean, and my mom and grandmother, they would almost, have to come find me in the pastor's study. My pastor, Pastor Larry Milton Truss, man, just really nurtured and fostered what it is that God was doing in my life. And I owe his affirmation and my yes to God to be the tangible reason that I am where I am today.
I love it.
Man.
So you were that kid.
Yeah.
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 Because every church has that kid.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I was that kid.
He gonna be a
every
preacher.
church in Goodwater. Every church in Goodwater. I would leave my church, the Baptist church. We would have an 8:00 service, and I go to we would call it the Sanctified Church up the road from my grandmother.
Oh.
And go to the 3:00 service. I was, hitchhiking rides, and so yeah, I was that kid. But,
I love it, man. I love it. If you're on Facebook, wherever you are, we want you to not miss his name. This is Pastor. I call him Reverend Doctor. I think you're finishing your doctorate now.
Yeah, so we're in the process of starting our third year of our PhD program at Baylor University, man. So it's just crazy being able to marry together the rich legacy and tradition of the African American preaching tradition, but also bringing it to the center conversation in talking about religious life, religious perspective, how it is that a community has been delved and formed and shaped, and then to be in the capital city while doing this research.
Yeah.
That preacher King, man. He was a young man when he came
Oh.
to Montgomery.
Oh,
Yeah.
all of it worked together for the Alpha man, right? All
I see the
of it.
connection. I see the connection. Man, that's something. So tell us your journey. 14.
Yeah.
Started at 14. That's something. What was it like for you just growing up, being a preacher at 14, and having to navigate some of the
Politics.
the trials, temptations, politics, issues? Just what was it like for you at 14
Yeah.
and growing up?
Yeah. So being 14, being the church kid that I was, my friends, we played church on the playground.
Right.
Got
So
you.
we
Gotcha.
had, the choir, we had funerals, we had weddings, and every single time I would have to officiate, preach, even in these on the playground.
Wow.
And so growing up in that, it really was a way in which to be able to see that, there's more to this than just playing.
Yeah.
Because it gotten real. You know, Shirley talks about it.
Yeah.
She ain't playing no more. But I will say this: starting preaching at 14, there was no manual. There was no roadmap.
What was
There
the
no
year?
example. It was 2006.
Man.
Yeah.
You just made me feel old too, though. I was graduating high school.
I
And
was starting high school. It was my ninth grade. I was playing high school basketball and started preaching.
man, you know what I was thinking about graduating high school? Everything except for church.
Well,
I'm glad you didn't go into the specifics.
You're right.
I'm glad you didn't go into the specifics.
Well, I just don't want anybody in radio land to feel crazy.
well,
because-
and I don't say that, being
no, you're just rare, man.
rare or crazy one. But let me tell you this: I never imagined that what it is that I would be doing now
Uh-huh.
would be where, looking back
Absolutely.
at 14, all I
Absolutely.
knew was preaching.
Absolutely.
But to talk about pastoring, to talk about being in an urban setting, to talk about what Black preaching has done for our communities
Mhm.
and being able to be engaged in those spaces, that never was on my mind.
Right.
All I knew was that I wanted to share with people this good news that
Mhm.
had been so good to me.
Awesome. Was there any fear, any trepidation at that young age?
Fear, no.
Okay.
Because I had a community around me that affirmed what it is that God was doing.
I love it.
And so my Sunday school teacher, who happened to be my cousin Mary Ellen, my grandmother, my family, the local churches who would let me come preach, they were affirming what it is that God was doing. So they've been a part of that.
I love it. I love it. So we're fast forwarding, and you mentioned 4 churches that you served. I believe it was 4.
Yeah.
4 churches that you served in any capacity.
Yeah.
3 that you were the head shepherd of.
No. Two, I was the youth minister.
Okay.
Yeah. And so this is my second pastor.
Gotcha. So this is your second pastorate. What does transition look like?
Well, let me say this. When I transitioned from being a youth minister to pastoral work at Mount Zion,
Mhm.
I got called the second Sunday in March, and I started the third Sunday in March.
Wow.
I did not know how much emotional weight would be upon transitioning from being youth pastor to pastor.
Right.
And so there, in this recent transition, I've tried to be intentional, because when I was transitioning the last time, it was just me. But now, in having Tara, my wife, who we ended up getting married 5 years into the pastorate.
Gotcha.
And so now wanting to be very intentional about how it is that we came in together.
Right.
Because with her being really just, dumped into the wildfire of ministry,
Mhm.
being the pastor's wife directly, there were some things that we recognized if we had a little more time,
Mhm.
it would have been more beneficial.
Absolutely.
So in this capacity, we took time and were given time from Hutchinson, which we are most appreciative of, because I told him coming in, if I don't have this time, you will not be getting the best me at the start.
I love it.
And so, because we had to reorient a lot of things, our lives, but also we had to reorient what it is that God was calling us in this new season. And guess what we did? We ended up going on our 5-year wedding anniversary, having a great time. And then we came in refreshed.
Mhm.
And so in transitions, whatever it is that they look like, we always are scurrying, do I go here? How fast do I
Right.
get there? Can I run down? But I'm really a firm believer now, through seeing it through these 2 different experiences. The work that God has called us to,
Mhm.
He will give us the grace that we need,
Absolutely.
but we also must prepare ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Because we can go in holier than thou and uber excited about it. But we also need some time to reflect and think about not just simply where we're going, but
Mhm.
also ways in which God has used us.
I love it.
Man, listen, we got to get this legal ID in. We'll be back with more Straight Church
No chaser.
with yours truly, Pastor Trey.
Pastor Lee B.
I hate you to get fired 2 days before your birthday.
Good. Ain't no need to worry. What the night is gonna bring.
All right, that's enough of that. Y'all keep it live. This is Praise 96.5 FM.
Hey, that boy muted me. Hey, he muted me, y'all. He muted me, y'all.
We had to get the legal ID in.
Hey, man. Doc, what is your what's your settings?
We are a little engine broadcasting station. This is Praise 96.5
It may be different in there.
WMGY.
Yeah, probably so. Because I don't have much service.
You don't? Who you got?
Verizon?
Verizon, yeah, you need to come on. It's AT&T, man. I hit that. It's AT&T. Let me jump over to mine.
Wow.
No,
Little engine.
no.
Yeah, you do Pro Max 7.
I'm saying it, everybody. Put that series on. Okay, let me do this. Refresh your page. Oh yeah, they didn't know he sang. They didn't know he could sing.
I don't know about that.
We're gonna have to Trey. You had to crank it up.
Don't call my name.
Come on. What can't stay too long.
Oh yeah.
It's too early. It's
Yeah.
too early.
No.
He can't sing that
No.
song.
Yes, again.
I don't know the word.
No.
No.
Nobody ever know the words. Turn your volume down on that.
Just do what Lee do. Make some up.
Oh, well.
Oh, no, I
This
churchified.
is the
I churchified. Family, how you doing? Daisha, what's up, fam? Now, what you cooking tonight? It is Friday, but we know you got to cook something. Don't say, you going nowhere because you ain't going nowhere. You ain't got nothing to do. Man, Myron and Cynthia, Pastor Myron and Cynthia Smoke are saying blessings to you, Cam. That's the pastor, the first lady of Jerusalem Baptist Church, right around the street from First Baptist Ripley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sister Arnita Woodall, how you doing?
Sister Woodall.
Daisha, you don't know. Lady Altania, how you doing?
That's my baby.
You supposed to do that like LL Cool J. My baby, that's my baby.
I don't know what he on.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Sister QB Ray, I'm waiting for you to comment again. I might need her to call in.
So what do you get your
Oh Lord.
Preaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So studying preaching. Yeah, man. I literally was on the phone call coming down here. One of my colleagues. So man, it's crazy. We're headed to Boston to do a study of preaching in Boston, and, and one of the preachers that I'm going to do a presentation on is King.
Okay.
His King did his PhD in Boston.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And so there, it's crazy, man. I literally just left meeting with. There's a new King biography that came out.
Okay.
Guy by the name of Jonathan. He was here last night in the
Okay.
city. He's in Birmingham on tonight. And so, man, I reached out to him on social media. And we had a chance to get coffee. So he gave me some insight and intel. We don't always tell. King is either glorified or horrified.
Yeah.
And so restarting the conversation, because I mean, this is the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington.
Mhm.
And it's also the 60th anniversary of the bombing
I didn't know
at
that.
16th Street. Yeah, which happened
Wow.
a few weeks after.
Wow.
So, there's a lot of energy around that, but you can't talk about King without talking about Montgomery.
Absolutely.
And so, all the beautiful things that come with his story, but also even sometimes the things we have to consider his humanity as a whole.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even when it comes to academia, right?
Yeah.
Because some
Yeah.
people question a lot of things, right?
Yeah. I mean, his thoughts about a lot of things, theology, the resurrection,
Uh-huh.
but King still saw the pulpit and black preaching as the way in which to transform
The world.
his community,
Yeah.
but then later on the world.
Yeah.
So it's something there. It's
Yeah.
something about the black church. It's something about the black preacher. But he made adaptations to where he was. So yeah.
So in your studies of King, do you see any parallelism between your ministry and his ministry?
Other than probably both of us being crazy, that's about it. Well, I think King's commitment to not only the black church, but taking the full witness of the history of the church and weaving that together.
Gotcha.
Is something that, he goes on the March in Washington and he's talking about, we've come to, cash in this check, these unalienable rights, and it's coming back insufficient funds. But he's grabbing together the Western intellectual tradition that he learned through his time and space and place at Morehouse, being along with Mays and coming along. So how is it that we can take these cultural artifacts and be able to weave it together in a capacity that it's not only philosophically, metaphysically adoring, but it's also tangible.
Right.
Because the March on Washington was for jobs,
Right.
but he's grabbing these, elusive,
These parables.
this just mind-blowing things,
Mhm.
and he's able to give it to people who are fighting for their humanity,
Yeah,
and
man.
dignity, but also their quality of life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There wasn't something that they deserved because they were exceptional. It's the expectation from the American dream and aspiration. So weaving that together with the scripture and being able to stand flat-footed in the black church and be able to compel those stories for people that look like you and me, it does something. It's magical. That's why I never give up on the black church.
Wow.
I know some guys who get
argue there is
theologically
none.
trained, who are like, is it dead? They are asking, do we need a black church? As long as there's racism in America, we will forever need the black church because we need somebody to speak our somebodiness,
Absolutely.
despite us having the degradation of
Hey, baby.
all that. Hey, Sister Harvey. Sister QB Ray.
She here, dog. She in the building.
Auntie Cuba don't be playing.
Oh man, listen.
Look, so, and I'm gonna get further into this. We'll get there. We'll get. I'm gonna
Some
wait.
of this
For
one
that.
had to get up.
I'm gonna wait for that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
sure.
wait for that. Yeah, man. But
And I gotta talk about J19 Freedom Day.
absolutely.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about what's happening.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about what.
'Cause I gotta make sure the people are there to see
You,
it.
you don't need. Since Cuba gonna say it if you don't say it, man.
Yeah,
She gonna find a way into the
get us for
screen.
not letting you say
I'm
it.
telling you.
and you know this, man. But so it's been a good journey, I'm sure. And while you're finishing school, how much of a struggle is it for you being a scholar and the resident preacher at the church at the same time?
I see that as my calling.
Okay.
There are some theological adaptations that need to be made that would be applicable to lived experiences in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as if I bear responsibility, not just simply for the pulpit,
Mhm.
but also in training and cultivating the next generation of preachers that come after us.
I like it. I like it.
Because so many pastors, so many preachers have so many other responsibilities that it's tough for them to see that as an opportunity.
I like it.
So yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So you really want to be in that class, right?
Well, I think that we have left too much to seminaries and to academia.
Mhm.
But if we follow the example from the Black church, we always trained our preachers at the church.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we get to a place and point where we begin to entrust that to someone else,
Mhm.
the training and teaching outside of the local church context,
Mhm.
they mishandle our people.
Absolutely.
Because we'll start, espousing theology that is actually degrading to our people.
Absolutely.
But if it's not connected to the church,
Mm-hmm.
we'll find ourselves
Mm.
doing that.
Mm.
So I really see training for clergy leaders in our churches coming back
Right.
to the church.
And we're gonna talk about that because you have a business for that.
Well, I do have a preaching lab. Yeah.
He's loaded.
But real quickly though, what do you think brought about that divorce from training our ministers in the context of the church to now
The progress of Black life in America.
Wow.
Because when you have, the great divide between W.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington, everyone else is getting professionally trained.
Okay.
Right.
And so as a result, the preachers
Started wanting to.
she started sounding like buffoonery.
Mhm.
As we're getting these professional trainings and all these kind of things, we have engineers in our churches, we have businessmen and women in our churches, doctors, lawyers, community leaders,
Mhm.
and our preachers, their subject and verbs don't agree.
Right. Right.
So how is it? So what do? If we want them to be trained, we institutionalize.
Mhm.
And so, but we did not hook in the relationship that was necessary for the local church to be a part of that.
Absolutely. Oops.
You all right, man? You done got happy on this.
telling you.
Got happy over
My
that.
foot slipped off the thing. I'm getting old, man. My foot slipped off the thing and then boo. I'm like, oops. Looks like a reflex, dog. I ain't know my leg did it.
You had a delay. I was like,
You
wait,
were like,
what that
oops.
mean?
I said, oops.
What that
That boy get old now.
mean?
I'm getting old and feeble. But so Cam, you're not new to this area anyway.
Yeah.
I've heard for a very long time you've been preaching in this area. Youth this and youth that. And, so you're not new to the city of Montgomery. You might be new to some who have not witnessed, your preaching on what we call the circuit.
Yeah.
But you're also big in other spaces as well. I know a lot of people lean on you when it comes to National Baptist Convention.
Alabama State Missionary Baptist Convention.
Alabama State
Missionary Baptist Convention. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's one of those things where you've amassed a lot of respect at a very young age. How do you handle that? What others would lose their mind, the concept of capitalizing on all of the acclaim. How do you handle that notion being young, knowing you have so many years ahead of you?
I'll say this, Walker. I've been super involved because I've had great examples before me. And having great examples before me, I think of the likes of a guy who gave me my first job, Reverend G.E. Robinson at Galilee Missionary Baptist Church, who took it upon himself in order to invest in me, to see the responsibility, to see the responsibility for the denominational work. Like there were preachers, it's crazy you asked me this. I was overwhelmed with emotions about a week and a half ago and thinking about I was at conventions and there were preachers that would make sure that I was fed meals at the convention and they had no idea what my financial safety. So it's people like that and their intentionality that has really served as an example for me.
I love it.
To be involved. But that does not to say, because I'm the youngest and, have respect for and respect of many of my leaders, that I don't get frustrated.
I'm going to talk about that.
Uh-oh.
I like the F word.
Why you done got him started, man?
But I keep showing up. So yeah.
Woo! Pass the P, lucky. Pass the P.
Montgomery's inspiration station, Praise 96.5 FM, WMGY. It's 420 right here in the capital city, hanging with yours through the Crown Prince, Pastor Trey.
Pastor Libeezy.
This is.
Ooh.
What is this?
You're supposed to say that.
You're supposed to say.
Oh my God! Y'all so weak, man. You said you were going to see your wife, man.
No, my wife is on the way for real, though.
Thank you, baby.
Oh, look at that. She's surprised.
Oh,
How are you?
Thank you, boo.
Fruit and some
Oh,
of the chocolate candy.
y'all know I don't eat fruit.
Well, that's for us.
Where the Taco Bell at?
She said that's for us.
Oh no, we're not.
Oh, thank you, baby.
But you might like these. Hold on, let me open them.
Y'all real trifling though.
Nah, ain't no trifling, man.
Cause I was telling you to come on because it was taking you too long.
Hey, man.
You talking about I'm be right
Look,
back.
I came right back.
And twigs.
Oh my God. Something about
Let me warn you. When this song come on, he
baby.
transform.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Come on.
This looks good. Thank you.
You're welcome. You gotta wrap that up, put it in your refrigerator.
Oh, look at him.
Thank you, baby.
Look at the walkers.
All right, you gonna take this?
No.
I gotta take it.
Yeah.
Look at the walkers.
Stop that. What are you doing? Where do I put this?
Look at the walkers.
I'm not done being crazy. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Look at him.
you're so sweet.
Is he crying? I think he's crying.
You're so sweet.
I think he's crying.
All right, I'm going.
All right.
Children.
You got me. Now I got something to eat on the radio.
Hey, man. Hey. Don't do that.
What?
Don't do that.
Why not?
We're on the. You smacking all in the microphone? Come on, man.
You did it.
Nah.
All right, go back. What were we talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back to the microphone. Pastor Cam.
The pastor, my brother, Cam, no Newton, just Thomas in the house today.
Of D. Hutchison.
The Hutchison Missionary Baptist Church. Doc, he said it's been going well. He was telling us about his doctoral dissertation. I believe that was you kind of
Well, just some research, not even the
Just-
dissertation.
just some research. I'm interested. I want to read your dissertation. I've never
Sure.
read anyone else's, but
Sure.
I might read yours. just break it down to. I need Eugene Peterson version. Don't
Okay.
you
Really?
keep? I'm gonna let you keep the King James
Okay.
version.
I got it.
But nah, man, I'm so excited. They got these big balloons and stuff in my face now, so I can't see my brother. But I'm so excited that you're here, man. I promise. I think you mentioned a word, and it was something that I know you and I and some other preachers have talked about a lot. I don't know where you were leaning towards when you said that word, but I want to ask you. I was talking to you about your ability to stay humble, being young, knowing you have so many years in front of you and ahead of you, how you've amassed and attained so much, how you stay humble. And you said, I'm able to do that, but it doesn't mean I don't get frustrated. Can you lean in on that for me?
Yeah. Well, I think about the amazing way in which I'm Baptist. So talking about Black Baptists.
All of Baptists, all of Baptists in here, right?
Baptist, by the way.
Yeah.
What you trying to say, right? Hold on.
Did your Baptist card get snatched?
No, not at all.
Did your
If
Baptist
anybody
card get
snatched
revoked?
it, he did it. If anybody did it, he did it.
Well, when I think about this, in looking at kind of just the amazing way in which the likes of a Charles Octavius Booth, W.H. McAlpine, who were foundational,
Mhm.
fundamental leaders when Black Baptists in the state began to organize.
Mhm.
Organize at First Baptist, Ripper Street, Rickaday Church, and so in seeing the way in which they were aspiring to bring about not only spiritual renewal, but also uplift for their people, with them being, recently emancipated
Mhm.
men and women. And so to read about the hopefulness, the aspiration, the efforts, and the work of people who were moving all across this state in order to galvanize and organize And sometimes it becomes frustrating to read about their optimism,
Right.
the way in which they had to create out of nothing.
Right.
And it seems as if we many
Mm.
times have now lost our creativity
Wow.
because we suspect that God's history
Yeah.
is the greatest aspect of God's activity.
Wow. Hold on. Run it back.
Well, just thinking about the ways in which we talk, where one homiletian talks about it this way, where we talk about God, and I mentioned this Sunday in my first sermon, where we come to service on Sunday and it's more of a memorial service, where we merely just reflect on the wasness of God,
As if
God
he's not
then,
it.
as if God is
Gotta talk about the
not a
isness.
The illness of God.
and that then is now applicable now.
Right.
So the frustration many times comes in thinking about ways in which we sell ourselves short on our creativity.
Mhm.
We sell ourselves short on the way in which we could bring people to the table for
Right.
consideration and conversation
Right.
in order to, this is where the good Baptist in me is coming in, to serve this present age.
My calling to fulfill. It's
But thinking about that, just being able to see that and recognize that it's not just simply denominationally, but it is many times in many of our churches one of those crutches that we lean on.
I love it.
But my question is God not active, present, living, moving here and now?
Yeah.
And in doing that, being able to say, God is on the throne.
Now, do you see that as a generational issue?
You say generational. I think it is more our practice behavior,
Mm.
because I see some people in our generation who too speak as if God expired.
As
that
if he
wasn't
was.
it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was
that God's
Wow.
power was just merely for yesterday. It doesn't apply today.
Mhm.
And so we have to ask ourselves the question, God, what way are you leading us now
Yeah.
to answer this question? And way now, I mean, we are literally three younger pastors
Mhm.
having a conversation on the radio
Yeah.
Absolutely.
in a medium, as well as through a medium and a venue that would not be applicable for us to be talking about, God's activity and work. And somebody's listening who's like, there must be something to this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
And I want to
Yeah.
explore more.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
that's something.
Now I want to go here. You had something else there?
No, we good on that.
Okay, I want to shift because there's so many different layers to Cameron Thomas that many people don't know. So let's shift over to before let's talk about this preaching lab.
Okay.
Let's talk about
Okay.
this because off the air you were talking about how the training needs to come back to the church,
Yeah.
the community church, and you offered something maybe last year, I believe.
Yeah, we started last year.
Man, it was amazing to see how many people actually humble themselves to be a part of it,
Yeah.
so that they can be made better. Let's talk about this preaching lab and what it can do. You probably don't even have any dates right now,
I don't.
but we do know that you will come to a church and do the segment if you need to. And so let's talk.
No,
Let's talk.
man. So in talking about that, so in doing graduate work and doing doctoral work, one of the things that I was seeing is that so many times people receive education, receive exposure, and they keep it to themselves.
Mhm.
And so I am a product of people investing in me.
Mhm.
When I started preaching December 3rd, 2006, there was a local Christian bookstore owner. Shout out to Miss Jackie and Mr. Keenan Strong at For Heaven's Sakes Christian Bookstore in Alexander City, Alabama. There was a Bible Institute that was just starting, and they told me, if you really want to take your call to preaching seriously, you need to get in school. So I'm in high school playing basketball, also starting at the Bible Institute.
Hold on, you can hoop. You can hoop. You heard it, didn't it?
No. I
He
just
said
did
we
the
gotta-
thing I was
You
doing.
said
We coming back to that. Where your pen? I need
you talking about the musicians and the ministers.
We coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah, but in thinking about that, she and her husband, through the For Heaven's Sakes Christian Bookstore,
Mhm.
paid my tuition
Wow.
for me to go
To the
Wow.
Bible Institute.
to the local Bible Institute. Then there was another preacher who was coming out of Goodwater, Reverend James R. McCoy. They call him Duke McCoy,
Mhm.
pastor of St. John African Methodist Episcopal Church. He was attending, and he was going. I was 14, couldn't drive. My my grandmother was driving me and uncles and aunts and parents back and forth. He said, y'all don't have to come down anymore. I will pick him up.
Him gonna ride with me.
Him gonna ride with me. No charge, all that. No, I'm serious. And so as a
Wow.
result of that, seeing the way in which God had been orchestrating and moving my life towards that accord, Cameron, how is it that you can give back?
Mhm.
And as a result, I just recognize I'm learning things in these seminars, doctoral seminars. I need another layer, another filter to push it through. And I believe education is only complete when this pupil is able to regurgitate back to the teacher. So with that,
Man.
we started the preaching lab, man, and it just blew up. We ended up going virtual, and people wanted to be online because they couldn't get there in person. Man, God blew our mind. So I'm ready to get settled so I can begin to invest in.
So tell me this,
Paying it forward.
and you're not gonna give us all the information, but what did you kind of deal with?
So one of the things was finding your voice in preaching.
Hold on. Finding your voice. What does that mean?
So finding your voice in preaching is that God has called you. Philip Brooks said it this way: preaching is truth through personality.
Mhm.
God does not want Lee B. Walker to be Cameron R. Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
but you and I have to find our own voice.
Yep,
And there are
absolutely.
so many things that are at play as we're looking for our voice. So working through and walking through that, and also looking at genres of the Bible. People don't recognize that you can't do what you do in Ephesians, what you would do in the Gospels. So being able to learn and differentiate between what do you do with a narrative text over, an epistolary note, because you can't train up a child in the way they should go.
Mhm.
It's a proverbial text. So with that, it's not foolproof,
Mhm.
because there are plenty of children
Right.
that have been trained up. Reverend B.D. Walter, you say you don't raise children, you raise hogs, but you train children. But in doing that, it's not foolproof. So even if your child does, go astray, it's not as if you have failed as a parent.
Right.
But in looking at the narratives, the stories, their characters,
Right.
their movements, actions, how is it that we can do that? When Jesus touches the man who has the leprosy,
Mhm.
what we'll see is that the text kind of gives this impression that when Jesus stretches out his hand, everybody in the room, the Greek gives the impression that people are, it's an arm moment.
Put your hand back.
What is he doing? What is he going to do? But then we recognize in the text, it's not what the man has that
Mhm.
gets on Jesus.
Mhm.
It's what Jesus has
That gets on him.
Joe Gregory calls him the contagious Jesus.
Shout me today.
See,
Shout me today.
He going to the hoop circle.
Shout me today. You hear me? Cameron R. Thomas.
Oh, man. No, so
I told you. I told you it was coming.
Look, and
I
I'm
knew
gonna
it. I
And I'm
knew
gonna
it.
be honest now. So at this juncture in our show, there's one thing that most people want to know, and it's our middle names.
really,
Yeah, they still haven't. They better not say my name. Trey, I never known what the E stood for between Clarence and Stewart.
He just won't let it go.
and
He
and
just won't
most
let it go.
most people don't know what the B stands for.
Yeah.
What is the R?
now why do they have to know?
Yeah.
Slick with it. I'm just trying to figure out because if I come to installation, this in the program, Doc. I'm starting calling you by the R. I'm gonna call you by the R. I know him for real. Robert. It ain't Robert. Oh, we finna figure this out, Trey. We finna figure this out. But so I think yeah, it's interesting, man, and I'm excited about it because let's be honest about the reality that every pastor does not have the ability to train his associate ministers or the time. Yeah. And I say ability because some of us know what we're doing, but we don't know how to explain what we do.
That's a real thing.
And so, this provides an opportunity for people to get, the tutelage that they need. And I think, how many days did you do it?
So it's just a 4-hour activity. So what
Gotcha.
happens is that you come in, we typically come in about 9, do those about 3 hours, and then we also provide a lunch.
Also,
So we have a lunch and learn space where we can, have a chat and chew and just talk about not just simply the information that we've gone over that day, but just what it is that God is leading you in this space and time, and how can we pray for you.
I love it, man. Stay tuned. I think this is going to be dope in the city of Montgomery.
Absolutely.
I think there's tons of preachers who could who can benefit from this. Now, you got a whole bunch going on, and we want to wait to the end till you can talk about one of them. But this other layer of you, he's a singer. No. You're legendary, right? In my head. You're legendary in my head. My brother will preach this. He'll preach his preach, right? And then he'll say, "Now, Lord," and the whole church knows where to go. Now, Lord, you've been. I said, "What in the world? Did he talk to them before he got here? Like, how did they just know?"
That just happened at New Home that one time.
No, Ralph.
Oh, that's
Ralph.
what it is.
He killed that house. I said, "Where are these words coming from?" Pick me up, turn me around. I said,
But I listen to you sing "My Soul's Been Anchored."
"Oh my God!"
Uh-oh, so that's what it is.
That's what, yeah.
That's what it is.
He's
Okay.
so weak.
Okay.
Hey, he's so
You
weak.
press me down. Yeah.
Stop that. Now tell me,
Now he'll do that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he'll do that.
what is your
Then have the
history?
whole church rocking.
Right.
Don't do that. What is your history with music?
Man, I just grew up in the church, and you know, it was nothing for you to be called on to sing, you know, in the choir. So it was either be an usher
Mhm.
or sing in the choir. And couldn't Ella B. Todd, she would have a propensity and proclivity that she would shout when we sung Amazing Grace, and I couldn't hold it. So I was like, this ain't my era. This ain't my ministry. So I got in the choir. Man, and you know, grew up in a small church, Hatchet Spring Baptist Church, man, and just fell in love with the quartet.
Mhm.
And then Reverend Andre Reynolds, who's going to be with the Lord now, when I started working in Galilee, he said, Reverend, you come out of the country. He says, and you know those quartets and those. He says, but I need to introduce you to some James Cleveland.
Mm.
And so, man, one of my favorite songs is not only his "Breathe on Me" with Derek Coley, but
Yeah,
also
man.
his "Jesus is the Best Thing."
Oh Lord.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
Yeah, and how old are you?
I'm 31.
31.
Man.
My boy got ruts. You hear me? He got ruts in the church. Now, I've never done this before, but I want you to do this for me. Give me your top 2 favorite gospel. Well, let's go choir songs.
Right now, what's got a hold on me is another James Cleveland, "God Is."
God is the Giants.
Yeah,
Have you heard the new version?
by
Melvin Crispell.
no, I haven't.
Dog, he quarteted that thing. You might need to hear
I don't.
that.
I see. You know, it's almost like the Beyonce and "Before I Let Go." You know, some things just don't need to be touched.
I ain't gonna lie to you. He kept that thing classic, and it
Did
got real
And
good
then
up
it
in there.
got-
Oh,
okay.
it got real good up in there.
Okay.
What's another one?
And just
Yeah.
thinking right off.
Sister QB Ray, I'm gonna ask him to sing.
No,
Yes,
no, no,
ma'am.
no.
And Sister Woodall said you direct the choir too. He up there directing the choir now.
No.
They're just
that,
telling on you.
that
dog.
was a time.
They're telling on you.
I see. But the song that every service,
Mhm.
you know, first Sunday, big Sunday, the mass choir in their robes every day. It's
Every day is a day. I think. Look at him. He is old school. I
I'm
love
telling
it.
you, man.
Okay, so that's 2 choir songs. Give me
Yeah.
2 quartet songs.
One of my favorite quartet songs is Lee Williams' "I Can't Give Up."
I can't
I'm telling you,
give up.
I feel
He
in
take
love
you
with that
down under.
song when I was in Lincoln. Shout out to Roland A.G. Pearson. And man, it's if we ever get together, people, we already know where we're going.
Give me one more. Give me another quartet.
Quartet, I would probably say Harvey Watkins, the Kansas Spirituals. I'm in your care. It's something about when pop comes along and singing that top, man. It does something. To
It shake you up.
Yeah.
I got to do this one just for you. I need one hymn. What is that hymn that does it for you every time?
Hymn number 183 in the red back.
Reverend,
Red.
he know the number. What is it?
Yeah, EJ, yeah, God is still in charge. Yeah, I used to say that too. Hymn 183 in the red National Baptist hymn is your all on the altar. You have long.
Lord have mercy. That's a different one, Doc. That's
Yeah.
a different one. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah,
Here's your all on the altar.
yeah.
Well, I'm assuming we got to get up.
Yeah, man, we gotta let these commercials play, then we'll catch it on the back end.
Cool. And when we come back, he gonna sing a verse. All right, amen.
Can't stay too long.
Well, we gonna let him decide on the way.
I can't stay too long.
Is he gonna do that one or is he gonna do a hymn? We need one. We need something. Now, Lord, we need something. Amen. Praise the Lord.
So y'all keep it back while we try to figure out what Pastor Cam gonna do.
Oh, he about to sing.
This is Praise 96.5 FM.
Hutchinson, log on.
WMGY.
Y'all have too much fun.
Bro, you trifling.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not, man.
I'm trying to get cute for the summer, and she come trying to mess me up.
She brought
You
you
don't
fruit.
ain't eating it.
You eating the chocolate.
That-
She brought you fruit.
You talking about? Nah, I know he fruit. Yeah, nah, he fruit.
Hey, Doc.
She should have brought you a gallon of water.
Ooh.
He was mad. He was
Ooh.
mad.
Hey, Cam in here on me. Mama, Cam trying to talk about me. He said I need to drink water.
We all get it.
Nah, man.
So, what has fueled like your passion for scholarly academic work? What is that thing that's really driving you?
Dr. Robert Smith Jr. at Peace and Divinity School, who was my preaching professor.
Okay.
To see a man that's able to stand in chapels, cathedrals, weave together Dietrich Bonhoeffer, John Calvin, as well as what I call kind of my countryism, what grandmama them said, and flat-foot hoop in the cathedral, and the majority white audience is captivated.
I love that though. No, you said he flat foot hooping
I mean,
with a doctorate
with a PhD
in the cathedral
in any cathedral.
because folk think that hooping is a lost art because we're getting more intelligent, as if hooping is for dummies.
Or beneath us.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
That the more we become intellectual, we question everything about where we came from.
Yeah, it don't take all that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it does. When you think about the anguish, agony, and even anxiety
Mm-hmm.
of being Black in America,
Mm-hmm.
unless you do not identify or you cannot relate to that experience, it's some pain, it's some hurt, it's some agony in there. That's why when Mahalia Jackson sang Beams of Heaven, you literally.
What she sing, Reverend? What did she sing, Reverend? Beams of Heaven.
Beams of Heaven. You see the heavens open,
Man.
you know,
Doctor.
because she's connected to something that goes beyond
Yeah,
what it is that are words on the paper.
I love it.
That's something.
Yeah.
I
And
love it.
if we ever lose that,
Mm-hmm. We in
we are
trouble.
losing
Identity, right?
who we are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that give me that old time religion is something that we should just rest on, that kind of thing. But as I grab the intellectualism, I would do a disservice to the history and legacy of where it is that I come from
Mm-hmm.
to have a disparity. Even if I don't do it,
Right.
I still should respect it.
Absolutely.
Man.
And I think that that's what much of what our generation is missing out on, is that as a result of us not seeing the necessity of something, we just want to just.
So you think that there's a disrespect, so to speak, to the art or just the historicalness of it?
Well, we've also seen a lot of buffoonery with it,
Got you.
True.
Yeah.
but we promote the buffoonery,
Absolutely.
and we don't necessarily really see it done with class and with taste,
Yeah.
because it can be done with class and taste.
Yeah.
With passion and authenticity.
Yeah.
Doc, that chocolate made me hungry.
You gonna do some fruit?
He ain't going that way. He ain't going that way.
I grab another bag.
I got some weight on my plate.
Oh, okay. I'm saying.
Oh Lord. Now, Dr. Cameron, when is the graduation?
From
When's the graduation?
Baylor?
Yeah,
Oh man, we got a dissertation that's standing in front of us before then.
it's coming though.
Oh
It's-
yeah,
and
we
it's
believe
going.
by faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 3-year coursework program,
Mhm.
and then from there we go into comprehensive exams, which
Mhm.
is just an elongated test to be able to show your proficiency in the field, and then after that we'll be in dissertation writing.
I love
You know, so really feel so affirmed from Hutchinson.
Mhm.
With also, because I started this work when I was at Mount Zion, they were very much in support, but also to see an embrace and support of that from Hutchinson has been very much appreciated. But I didn't lose my burning because I was getting my learning. That's just what they say. you know.
Right.
Seminary, cemetery, that kind of thing. No,
Yeah.
God's alive. He's not dead.
I'm not dead. He is alive. You keep singing all these songs. We gotta figure out what you about to say. What you about to
I
say,
don't
dog?
have anything to say.
Oh, you gonna say?
No.
No. You gonna? Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
What am I
If anyone
saying? No.
have a right,
So you got that down.
my life don't
See, I always need so much help.
No, you
So I
don't.
can't do it just off the cuff like that. See, I
Oh,
have to,
whatever reason.
I have to get my
I can help you a little bit. What you need?
Compose and think about this and that and all that kind of stuff. No,
And so I'm just excited, man. I'm excited about this season because I think one of the other truths is this: you being a young pastor, even in Cropwell, you know the pressure that can be on a young pastor sometimes.
a single young pastor too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a whole
remember,
nother.
I was single for 5 years.
That's a whole nother heaviness. I don't know. I don't
It's
know
a
that
reality.
heaviness.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Yeah, but that could be a whole nother heaviness.
Well,
So-
like I said, there was no, no roadmap.
Mhm.
Nobody said what to do, what not to do.
Mhm.
But then not only that, then bringing terror into that world.
Mm.
People imposing expectations
Right,
Her.
right,
on her.
Yeah.
right.
I never forget, we were preaching somewhere and there was a state convention meeting that was coming up. And one of the pastors' wife came up and asked Tara, she was like, "Are you going to the meeting?" And Tara was like, "No, I got to work."
That's a package.
Yeah.
So with that, we were just talking about how for so many pastors and their wives in that season of life, a good bit of it was centered around, the convention,
Mhm.
but being in our late 20s, that's just not the reality that we have. But also, why is it that we would impose that expectation on her?
Yeah,
That's not fair to her
Yeah.
because she has her calling.
yeah.
She has her profession. She has her work.
Mhm.
Why is it that she can't be serving God in that capacity
Mhm.
in order to be able to come along with that? So yeah.
And I think that's one of those things that I think we're going to have to battle, so the next generation doesn't have to, right? Just that whole concept of the pressure that church can put on the preacher and the wife of the preacher.
And the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have children, but I mean, hearing horror stories from PKs.
Yeah.
And
it's
both of us PKs.
Oh,
We're second generation preachers. Both of us. You say you were raised in the pool in the pastor study.
Yeah.
We were raised under the pulpit,
yeah.
like
On the communion
in the
table.
choir loft,
Yeah.
in the video room.
In the pastor's chair, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
The church babies.
Yeah, dog.
Through and through.
Yeah, dog. And that pressure is real. Like it's
And it's
real.
pressure that they will place on the clergy's family that's not even the reality for their own family.
Mm-mm.
Come on, let's be gracious one to another.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
no, for real, for real.
And then still turn around and say you the bad one.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But I think if we posture ourselves for everyone, preacher, leader, regular, congregant, if we posture ourselves with humility and grace for each other
Mhm.
and for ourselves, I really think that we'll see a renaissance, a revival, really.
Mhm.
That sounds real charismatic. A revival taking place.
Oh,
In our,
you
in
saw
our
him shake his hand.
It's all good. It's all good.
Charismatic.
It's all good.
You got some members chiming in. We do see the young bishop here, Jalen Oliver.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to you, Sister
Oh,
Deborah
yeah.
Starks. My
Sister
mama's in
Stark?
here. Edward Calhoun Jr.
Yeah, EJ.
Willie C. I believe that's your member.
Yeah, Reverend Coleman.
He said, "I'm proud of my pastor,
Oh
Cam."
man, he's so gracious. He just had a birthday on
Oh, really?
yesterday.
Wow.
Oh, that's Reverend Coleman.
Yeah.
Teach Bible study.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dynamic teacher.
Yes, sir.
Of the Hutchinson Missionary
Yes, sir.
Baptist Church Wednesday midday Bible study. So
Yeah.
grateful for his partnership and his ministry. But yeah, he had a birthday on yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many years young is he?
Well, that's not my business to tell, but he's proud of it.
Doctor, how many years young? We want to celebrate you today. Bishop
If it's okay, I'll
Kincheloe.
share it.
Yeah, well, we'll let him say
Yeah,
if he
we'll let him say.
Bishop Kincheloe Jones, how you doing, doctor? And congratulations to you at the old Sardis Missionary Baptist Church in Union Springs.
Oh wow, congrats.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations.
Good to see you, John.
Yeah. Dr. Cam is going to is Hutchinson still here? Dr. Cam, 82. Wow.
82,
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. Reverend Coleman's 82.
Praise the Lord, Dr. Coleman. Happy birthday to you again. I'm a Gemini too, as they call us. That's what they say. But my birthday comes now, Sister Cuban. We know Hutchinson gonna be all right. That ain't Sister Cuban.
She was there Sunday. Kendrick Lamar was our introduction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right.
So that was that's what he preached.
Yeah.
Look, I'm putting this up for you, Sister Cuban. I need you to call in because I want to talk to you for a second. Soon we get off this break, I need you to dial 334-398-8791. All right, call in 334-398-8791. I want to talk to you, Sister Cuban, because you are a golfer, and your pastor got some clubs, and I think we need to meet on the golf course. I just got a feeling Hutchinson can get a team, and New Home can get a team, and we can have some fun in the name of Jesus. Trey ain't got no clubs yet. We're gonna get Trey some clubs too.
This is all gotta bring me into stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get you some clubs. We're gonna have some fun. I mean, Cam said he got clubs. Now when people say I got clubs, that means they ain't never used them for real.
Yeah.
And I use mine, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if I'm using them for any good. I'm just an avid golfer, as I tell people. I just like going and buying the clothes. You know what I'm saying? Lee S. Trey, is he ready to play? And Dr. Cam. Dr. Cam got some clubs. So I think he's ready.
I gotta get me some.
Yeah. Reverend William. Reverend Willis said, yeah, they know each other back in the day.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
That's going way.
That means you know what the E stand for.
Hey, man. Watch out. Watch out, Lee.
Sister QB, the answer. Come down.
Nah, it don't come down.
Sister QB, the number's on the bottom of the screen. It's 334-398-8791. 334-398-8791. I know I'll hear your voice in the next 2 seconds. I know. But we want to get him playing some golf. And y'all don't cheat and get him no lessons. He gonna learn. The Lord gonna give it to him. Let the Lord give it to him. I just got a feeling, man, that this is gonna be a good thing for the city of Montgomery. I'm happy when I see more preachers come, period. Because it's sad when you look at over the canvas, and you can't really count or even see people that are excited about ministry.
Going on there.
So it's always a blessing to have people around that are serious about the work of the Lord.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I want to say this, I know, I don't know where we are in all these waves that's going on around us, but my prayer for this season in this city, and even in this room, and even pastors beyond, that we have spaces where we collaborate. There are too many people that need us to collaborate together.
Absolutely.
So I really see this conversation and even future activities, as a mean. Because if you got two, I got two, you got two, Trey, that's 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of us just having 2 individuals.
Absolutely.
And that's just
That's power and partnership, dog.
Yeah.
We've been screaming it from the mountaintop for a long time.
Well.
Hopefully, it can take root.
We're gonna see.
Woo!
Montgomery's Inspiration Station, Praise 96.5 FM, WMGY. It's 4:54 here at the capital city. You're still hanging with yours, true, the Crown Prince, Pastor Trey.
And Pastor Lee Beasley.
This is Straight Church.
No chaser.
Things real, relevant, and
righteous.
of course, we still have our very, very special guest
He in the house.
in the studio with us.
The Reverend Doctor.
Tell him who it is.
Pastor Cam. Ow.
And on the phone line,
Who is it?
we have the one and only.
The one and the only.
I call her Auntie.
Oh,
QB Ray
Oh, Lord.
Hayes.
That's what
Hey,
But we got the best pastor. He can teach, preach, and sing.
he can say it.
So personable. He and his wife, I love them both, and I just met him. I mean, it's just automatic. Even when he came and did his trial sermon, I walked up to him and said, I'm going to be your PR person. He just wait. I'm going to be your PR person.
You went Facebook Live on him yet?
Child, I done put him on a couple of reels and hit 2,000 likes.
Show out then.
Now, let me tell you something. Somebody invited me over to Lily Baptist for my good friend, Reverend Thomas D. Jordan's anniversary. I said, I'm going to have to wish him happy anniversary this time because I ain't leaving home.
That's what I'm talking about. A good faithful member.
That's it.
Yeah, that's, when it's good, you don't have to go nowhere. But anyway. Oh.
That's okay.
Look, no. Look, don't. Hey, ain't no pressure. You stay at your old home. You ain't got to come to new home. Okay? Hey, look, you with Cam Thomas as your pastor, you don't need no more preaching. You got all the preaching you can take.
He's so excited up in there. I just can't wait. I go to church early now.
I love it. I promise you I do.
This past Sunday, I saw deacons that have been resurrected.
All right.
Ministers resurrected. I said, what age will I build them up? I got to get to church early now.
All right now. That's now, Sister Cuban. He got golf clubs, Sister Cuban.
The golf club for the past 15 years. You may have golf clubs, but I'm a member of the Hole in One Club.
Are you challenging your pastor?
No, I'm inviting him to the green.
That's how you do it.
I'll take you up on it.
That's how you do it.
All three of us can go out there and have some fun hitting them.
Not
And keep the scores low.
now, Sister Cuba, you remember when I talked to you and said we needed to put something together for these preachers?
Yes, you did, and I have not. I still got that in the back of my mind. When you ready to move, let's move.
I think it's time to have a meetup.
Well, let's move. I coordinate golf tournaments, so I don't have a problem. First girls golf team at Lanier High School.
Show out there.
And MPS, the first girls golf team in MPS at Lanier High School.
I love it. Do you think they can beat your pastor?
I don't know. I haven't seen him swim.
They probably can.
Preach and sing. Ain't no contest.
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Last time I went to the Greens, I went with one of my good friends, a deacon over at Bethel, Deacon Lucky, and he told me to stick to preaching. He can now. They're moving a little slower now, but they still good. They told me to stick to preaching. They told me you play okay, but just keep preaching.
And there's a tournament, they always walk away with the trophies. I don't know if it's a crook, but they hit.
Now that must happen the time that they ain't on my team, because we ain't never walked away with one.
But I'm just so excited about what God is doing in this city, and I'm so happy that I'm still able to get around, and I do get around.
Yes, ma'am.
And Pastor Lee B, you were so wonderful over at First Church. I told you I was trying to get out of there to go to a birthday party. Then you had to start talking. I just sat right down.
Well,
See, you're good when you just sit a member down.
Well,
They just don't go there, get in a trance.
I'm still happy, Sister Cuba, that you think I can say something after you done heard your pastor.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it because I leave the singing to these two young men. I leave the singing to them.
Stop on the live. I said, singing is not my field. God didn't put me in that field, but He did give me the gift of gab, and I talked apples out of the tree. Plain, but I love good singing. Hey, now when is He gonna give us that verse? Let me get off this radio before y'all have to go off.
Yes, ma'am. He about to sing, and then he about to tell us about this amazing event that's about to take place.
Absolutely.
Yes, the gala. All right, let me shut up.
Love you too,
Love you
Auntie.
Now, Cam, it's on you.
Uh-oh.
What are you gonna do?
Well, listen, I'm going to invite everyone to the J19 Freedom Gala that our church is hosting. It's a masquerade ball, and listen, we want the entire capital city to come and join us. We have Tanya Terry, as well as we have Jose Sanchez, who is going to be our host for that evening. We are raising. It's a night of food, activities, dressed to the nines, red carpet, all of that. And so it's going to be June 17th at 7 o'clock. There's going to be a silent auction at 6 o'clock. And with that, we're going to be at the John Garrett Hardy Center on the campus of the illustrious Alabama State University.
Oh, Lord. They done got you already, huh? Oh, Lord.
And so we're looking forward to a great time of culture, a great time of celebration. We're going to be recognizing some of our community partners and leaders and advocates as we celebrate our history and our culture.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize that people really had such an affinity for what it is that we do in the summer, but I'm so grateful for this infused heritage appreciation. And what greater place to do it than in the capital city?
Yep.
So you can go on our church website, as well as you can go online in order to get your tickets. I want to meet you, capital city, be there and help us have a great evening to celebrate and share together.
Man,
I love it. Now, to seal it, they might come if you sing.
Oh, man, listen. Well, listen, we also, they may come if I sing, but I forgot to mention our entertainment for that night is going to be sold out.
Sold out.
So I mean, we're looking forward to a good time. You know what? If sold out will give me a microphone, then I'll help share in that capacity.
I'm gonna make sure they give you one. Yeah. I'm gonna make a call as soon as we get off. But
he ain't gonna let you go to you.
If we gonna do anything, we gonna do what the woman of God asked us to do, and she told us not to get off the air until you sang something. So pick something. Come on.
Listen, man. I got Vacation Bible School to get to, man.
Oh, come on.
I gotta go be with the kids.
Reverend.
I can't think of anything.
Give him a little bit of something.
I can't think of anything right now for some reason. And people say
he
that
said for
like,
some reason.
It's like, oh no, they just want you to, just want you to keep acting saying, no, I can't think of anything to say. I can't think of the vocal brains.
God.
This is too high tech for me.
You have to reach way down. Give me a song, Cam.
I can't think.
Have you ever heard that song that say "Me and the Devil had a tussle"?
No.
But I won.
Oh yeah.
You heard it before?
Yeah, I heard it, but I don't know it.
He trying to make sure.
No, I'm serious. I don't know.
Tell him Jesus is the best thing. Just tell him that part. Just go to the chorus. Come on.
See, I used to sing it in one key, but now I don't have the vocalic range.
Have anyone? Come on, right there. Have a right. Go right there. My life story. For whatever reason, you can go. Come on. There might be. Just go to Jesus
is the best thing that ever happened. Oh, Jesus is the best thing that ever happened. Oh, Jesus is the best that ever happened to me.
Oh, Lord. Y'all give it up for Pastor Cam.
Thank y'all for having me. Such a joy. Thank y'all. Appreciate it so much.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, we'll be back next Friday.
With
the More Straight Church.
No chaser.
With yours truly, Pastor Trey.
And Pastor Libese.
And this has been our opportunity to keep things real, relevant, and
righteous.
You got in on that one.
He got in
on that one.
Welcome to the city.
Yeah, welcome to the city.
Pastor Cam.
If you see Pastor Cam out and about, make sure you welcome him to the city.
Matter of fact, find him on Facebook. Follow him.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Go to Hutchinson's YouTube, subscribe so you can hear this man preach.
Yeah, man.
He's a
Yeah, we
monster.
appreciate that. I don't know about that part. But yeah,
He is a monster.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
Be our
God.
guest. 860 Grove Street.
That's it.
You better learn your stuff.
What time are the services?
At 9:45. Sunday school starts at 8:30. Service starts at 9:45.
Got you.
Yeah,
And you can beat the lunch crowd.
That's
I
that's
love it.
Listen, y'all keep it locked. This is Praise 96.5 FM
What?
WMGY.
Fam, we thank God for y'all. We so happy y'all tuned in. Y'all stuck with us. You rode with us. It's 41 of y'all. We thank God for you. We do ask you to do us a huge favor. What's up to my uncle? I see you. You late, but I still see you. I'm grateful you tuned in. I'm throwing up the
My
QR
uncle's
code.
on there.
Your
Yeah.
uncle on here?
Yeah, of course.
Shout out to all the uncles. I want you to grab this QR code real quick. Grab this QR code so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want you to be a part. Hey, this is the first time Pastor Cam has been here, but it will not be the last time. There's a lot that we have. Dog,
He family now.
he family. He know where the
Family.
kitchen is. He can go get his own water. You know what I'm talking about? He done sat at the table. So we definitely know there's a lot of things that we can talk about. And one of the great things that he was divulging to us concerning his dissertation and some of his studies is something that all of us need to know more about. So I'm excited about what he is about to do in this city by way of God working through him. And I'm excited that everything is going to be all right. Hutchison,
We're going to be all right.
we going to be all right. All right. Trey, tell her what it is, Doc, so we can get over out here.
Hold on, before we do that,
Okay.
did you enjoy the surprise from your wife?
Oh, man, I done ate like 3 of them chocolate things already. It gave me the munchies, and I started eating some of that macaroni and cheese. Doc, I don't know what I'm going to do with all that fruit, man, but I thank God for my beautiful baby. That was a well thought out surprise because I do not like interruptions. I did not see that coming at all. I'm like, hold on,
And
bro.
you normally catch stuff.
No, you know what got me was the song was ending. I heard it, and I'm like, Trey, where you going? It's about to be over, and you like, I'm coming back. What do you mean you coming back? So me and Cam talking the whole time. I'm like, so he gonna have them stalling on the radio? You know, I'm perfectionist. I'm like, all this in my head, and then you finally come back. I'm like, yes, let's go.
My time was perfect.
Man, what is happening?
Ta-da.
You remember, Sister QB got me like that last time. Remember?
Sure did.
She got me like that
Pretty
too.
complete.
Yeah, y'all gotta chill out.
No.
Y'all gotta
No.
chill out. But family, we thank God for y'all,
Listen,
man.
we love y'all. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you next Friday.
Next Friday.
Right back here, 3 to 5 for more of Straight Church.
No chaser.
Yours truly, Pastor Trey.
And Pastor
I got
Lee
that
B.
time. So I got it.
Yeah,
I
so you got it that time. Pastor Lee B. Pastor Lee B.
Listen, we love y'all.
We out,
Be
family.
blessed.
Oh, be blessed.
Be blessed.
That's King James version.
Be blessed.
Peace.
He a hater.